Welcome to the first video of our cattle grazing problem series. So first, let's talk about what are cattle grazing problems. Well, it's just about cattle, which is cows, grazing. Say on a pasture, a meadow, something like that. So, say there is a cow. Okay, this is a cow. And this cow over here wants to eat a certain amount of grass, right? Say a whole pasture. So if this cow were to eat this amount of grass, as he eats, the grass continues growing, right? In all of these, in each of these problems, the grass will be growing at a constant rate for things to go a little easier. So basically, it's saying it's not just saying, say you have a tank of water. This is the water, and it takes 8 hours, 8 units of time to do it, to drain it out. So you would do 40 divided by 8, which equals 5. So you would need, so the speed would be 5 units of water per that unit of time. But in cattle grazing problems, it's a bit more complicated because as the cows graze, right, the grass keeps growing. So in order to completely finish the grass, to this word completely, it means there's no grass growing, and it's at a point where all the grass is already finished. And a way to solve these problems is to first let one cow eat 1 unit of grass in 1 day. So this should be at the top of every single solution you have to these problems, because this is what will make your calculations a bit easier, because we won't know exactly how much days, how much cows, and how much in the speed of them eating right away. So it's always good to just pretend and let something be something. So let's dive into our first problem. There is a piece of meadow where the grass grows at a constant rate. With 12 cows, it takes 25 days to finish grazing the whole meadow. With 24 cows, it takes 10 days to finish grazing the whole meadow. So how many cows will it take to finish grazing the grass in 20 days? So first, let one cow eat 1 unit of grass per day. Okay. And the first step right here, this is going to be the step for all the other problems we're going to be doing in this series, is to write 2 multiplication sentences from the problem. 12 cows times 25 days, and 24 cows times 10 days. So 12 times 25 equals 300. So 300 units of grass. And 24 times 10 is 240 units of grass. Because right now we're just finding what is the total unit of grass in each of these 2 scenarios. Now let me ask you a question. How come with 24 cows they ate less units of grass? Well, that's because, remember, the grass will grow at a constant rate. And over here, it took 25 days, which meant more time for the grass to grow. which meant more effort for the cows to finish eating the grass. But for the second scenario, it was only 10 days. Only 10 days for the grass to grow, which means there was less time for the grass to grow. So that's just something you should be able to understand. Next, we're going to find the difference of these two units, right? So we do 300 minus 240 units, and we get 60 units. So this is the difference. And now we're just trying to find the rate that the grass is growing in. So we'll take this 60 units and we divide that by the difference of the days. So 25 minus 10. 25 minus 10 equals 15. 60 divided by 15 equals 4. So it's just saying 4 units of grass grow per day, right? So this is the rate the grass is growing in. And then pick any equation. I'm going to pick the first one. And so we're going to split the grass into two sections. And one type of grass is old, so the one that was already there when the cows started grazing, and the new grass. And the new grass is while the cows were grazing, the amount of grass that grew. So now we're just trying to find the amount of new grass. I mean the amount of old grass. So we would take 300, right, the total amount of units of grass, and then from that we will subtract the new grass, which we know the rate of them growing is 4 units per day, and there were 25 days of them growing, right? So 4 times 25 equals 100, 300 minus 100 equals 200. So at first, there were 200 units of grass. Then we take this 200 and we add that with 20 times 4. And this 4 over here is the 4 units per day, so the rate the grass is growing in, and that equals 280 units of grass, right? And we divide 280 by 20. That gives us 14. So it takes 14 cows to finish grazing the grass in 20 days. And this 20 right here is the 20 from the problem. We're just plugging the 20 in. So it'll take 14 cows to do